Welcome to the Microtransaction. I'm your host, Liquid, and joining me today, as always, we have I want to say courageous, but I don't always use that. I want something Xbox related. The Xbox Connect himself, the walking Connect. I don't know. We have Chris.
That is the most insulting Xbox thing you could have possibly called it. I was thinking the Nexus one himself. But I'll take the Connect.
The
okay,
Nexus legend.
Oh man. Well, look. Besides being, I don't know. I don't want to say it's an insult because there are people who legitimately like the Connect out there.
I have an idea for a video on it.
Oh no!
It's not even making a big deal about the Connect itself. It's just more like it'll be there. Like, and this video, I worked on it. I'm only in the beginning so far, so it's still got a while to go. But I'm just thinking about something here, and I want to put that together. But for the most part, the little bit that I have tried to connect, I hate it. I don't like it. I remember when I bought my Xbox One because it came with it, right? Mm-hmm. I instantly sold the Connect part of it. Didn't care for it.
Damn.
Didn't want it. Like, once they said, I think you don't need it anymore because it was.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. I'll buy it and I'll sell it for like $100 separately by itself. I'm cool. I just bought a cheaper Xbox, and it was I already bought the Xbox One on sale because I traded a PS3 at Best Buy for it. They gave me like $200. So, I paid like $100 for my Xbox One when it originally came out, like $100 and something. Was it worth it? I don't know. Like, it was a great Halo player.
Yeah.
It played Halo well.
I remember because I traded my first PS4 for an Xbox just because the MCC was coming out. Now, I didn't know the cluster duck MCC was going to come out in, but I was like, there's going to be a Halo that I don't play at launch, and I was like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that.
And the funny thing is that I want to put a timer on here. The funny thing is that I think I had it for like a week or something. I remember the first person's house I went to was Chris's house with the Xbox, so we could try out MCC together. I remember it was over there that night, and it was not connecting. It was not working. And I remember I'm like, man, I thought this was working better. And then I think you already knew, like, no, there's some serious problems with it. I'm like, oh, I had no idea.
I remember it was like, this is bad. I remember because I did a heads-up trade with somebody for a PS4. Some other young kid, hey, who wants? And I just put it on, I think, Facebook Gaming, or not Facebook Gaming, just Facebook Marketplace, right, where I was just like, heads up trade, Xbox for PS4, instantly got somebody.
Really?
Yep. I was like, and I I was like, I didn't know how it worked at the time, so I was just like, come over my house, and I just let a stranger into my house, but it was a bunch of kids.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, oh, what's up?
Any game changes?
No, like, I think they did, and they like, you could tell he had second guessing issues. Like, oh, I'm having problems with the PS4, which I'm like, there was no problem with that PS4. But at the time, I was like, bro, we already exchanged consoles. I got nothing. I got nothing for you. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. What essentially, when it comes to that, that's what's done is done. You can't really go no refunds. I'm sorry. Like, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. I remember it was cool, and I was just like, you could tell he said something. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Is all I wrote back, and I was like, he didn't press it anymore, and I was like, all right, because I'm like.
So when you got the PS4, what was the first thing you played though?
First thing I played, when I got the PS4, I got it at launch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. And my game at the time, because
he wanted the PS4, you wanted the Xbox One. Oh, I see.
But I had the PS4. But like the first game at launch, which like I liked, and was actually Killzone Shadow Complex, Shadowfall. Yeah, man.
It's good. I don't think it's not a bad game.
No.
But it's just not like, nobody thinks of it in like a higher,
it's funny because it's a special place to me, because I remember like I was streaming it back in the day, and people like, oh, you have the PS4, how is it, and I'm playing Killzone, and I was just like, no, it's cool. I'm like, it's just lacking a lot of stuff.
It really was
like this ranking system. It was like, had a little more of a Call of Duty ranking system, and stuff like. But I'm like, yo, dog, like, I can't play competitively, and I love Killzone in the world and all that. Man, I love Killzone. Yeah. But it's funny because like the Halo killer that Sony had, I'm like, oh, it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, it's a fun game. It's fun. It's great. They have some cool stories. But yeah, is it a Halo killer? No, I wouldn't even call it a Call of Duty killer. I mean, it's not even close. But
no.
Whatever.
No.
But Chris, I'm not here to talk about Killzone. I'm not even here to talk about Halo with you.
We're not.
No.
Why am I gotta? Okay. Anyway.
All right. So, for a lot of people who don't know, all right, if you've been living under a rock, you probably don't know this. Now, if you haven't been living under a rock, you know this for sure. At the time of this recording, or as the time of this being posted up, this would be a week now, I would say, from when the news went
It'll
up.
be like right before a week, but yeah.
Yeah,
I think it happened
a little
on Tuesday.
before a week. Yeah, exactly. So the day before the week. So, regardless, Microsoft bought out Activision, or at least they're in the process of doing so. Everything's pretty much
Did you
done.
say Sony buy Activision?
I said Microsoft.
Oh, I think you said Sony.
Maybe I did. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the recording. But yeah, like we know, Microsoft purchased Activision, so you're gonna get a lot of the IP. Some good's gonna come out of it. But that's not what I'm here for. Like, because we know they bought Bethesda. So that was like what, $4 billion, I think is what it was.
No, 6-7.
$7 billion.
7.9.
Now this one. So we're looking at what 10. What this is essentially, how much percent more?
Like 10 times more, 10 or 9 more, whatever.
Yeah, 10 times 7.
After everything's said and done, the people are guesstimating this to be like 7.2 billion.
Just under. Oh, after everything.
After everything.
7.2. Wow. Oh no, from Bethesda you're saying.
Oh no, I'm talking about Activision.
Oh, Activision's 70 billion, not 7.
Yeah.
You said 7.
Yeah, I meant 70.
Okay,
my bad.
yeah, 70 billion. That's what we're talking about here. But as we look more into it, and you see who they're acquiring, you're starting to notice Xbox is becoming more of leaning more into subscription services, obviously, and we have a whole video on it as well that I'll put at the end of this video in case you want to see it. But I feel like it.
All right, don't throw the hot we on me. I don't know what I'm going to yet.
I think you feel it as well, but we feel there's going to be some sort of Xbox or Game Pass version on the PlayStation, even on the Switch. I believe it'll be on the Switch here to a lesser extent. I'd say, hell, even on PlayStation to a lesser extent, if you think about it. We talked about PlayStation getting one. I think it'd be more of a skeleton version, a bit more, just a little lesser version. It'll have your Call of Duties. It'll have what was the third party at before, no longer third party.
Nah.
But yeah, what does the deal look like? What does essentially? I guess what I'm really asking is, what does Xbox want from PlayStation? Because at this point, they're holding all the cards. They have the balls in their court. So they go to PlayStation. And, hey, Phil Spencer comes out, whips out his dick, throws it on the fucking desk, and then he's just like, "Listen, what do you guys have to offer?" All right. What does PlayStation tell them? What does Nintendo give them?
I'm gonna take a couple steps back.
Please.
But I like where you're at because I agree 100% with where you were going. Like, there's been a bunch of tweets where Sony has lost $20 billion, like 13 something percent or whatever the hell it is, in their market share.
Okay.
And they haven't had a fall like this since like 2008.
So PS3 times.
PS3 times, I'm assuming, when the PS3 online stopped working.
Oh, really? So this would have been actually, I think it's past 2008.
I'm not sure. I know it's 2008.
2008. The only reason why I know 2008, that's when I got a PS3. That was June of 2008, around the time Metal Gear Solid 4 dropped. Same day, launch date. I bought the PS3. So that's how I know it came out that's how I know I got it in 2008. The console came out way before then, though, from my understanding. I think it's 2006 even. 2007, something like that. But yeah, like you said, we know the outage went out. I think that was the time like Portal came out. There was a SOCOM game that came out as well at that time.
Yeah,
that just killed it. That outage. But yeah, I do remember that. So what's up?
So yeah, with all these things, so they haven't seen a drop like this in a long time. Right. And the thing is, their investors are not gamers. These investors are billionaires. They want millionaires, billionaires. These are rich people that want to make more money. Obviously. And all they saw was Call of Duty. It's gone now.
Right.
Knee-jerk reaction. The market instantly reacted and people freaking out. Do I think the market will bounce back up? Yes.
Same.
But I think they see something happen where they had to stop the drop to go even lower for them to put out the tweet, which was, "Hey guys, they will honor the contractual agreements that were set before the acquisition occurred."
Right.
And that right there showed me that I'm like, they're not talking from a place of strength. They're speaking out of a place of like reacting.
Right, almost necessity, exactly reaction, essentially get the fans, the player base, get them to calm down, essentially, and the investors probably most important.
Mostly the investors, because the player base knows that like you're freaking out. Have a couple game of the year contenders, that market share will go right back up.
Right.
You know, by the end of this year, I'd be shocked if it's not back to where it's normally at.
Yeah, I agree. I see what you mean.
Yeah, especially
if God of War comes out.
If God of War comes out. Well, now, you know what? I kind of take it back. I bet God of War is coming out this year.
Now it kind of has to.
Yeah, it has to. At least this fiscal year.
Yeah.
But getting back to it, like, I think that now in this twilight zone of a week that we had, this is a thing. Was like, hey, this contract. You said we will honor the contracts. But when these contracts run up.
Right.
Do you still want Call of Duty? And then Sony's gonna be like, yeah, we like money.
Sure.
And it's gonna be like, so you can get it through Game Pass. And I think that is the only way on PlayStation you will get a Call of Duty, a main staple Call of Duty.
Okay.
Past the contract point.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. And I think that's a great point. I want to go a little even. Let's say the contractual agreement, we know it's there. You know, so far they're respecting it, right? But let's say Activision decides to, hey, you know what? We're at a place of strength. Let's go to them. Let's make an offer, right? Let's make an offer to PlayStation. Now, I don't think this is gonna happen, but it'd be cool if it did. And here's where I want to go with this: is that Xbox or Microsoft would probably look at PlayStation. What do they have that we don't? All right. You think about a few things. Let's leave the first party stuff out of it, even right now, because I think PlayStation's very close to chest with that. I don't see that going anywhere. However, do you remember the deal with Discord that PlayStation had? Maybe Xbox gets a piece of that action. Maybe again, I don't know what's in place. I'm not a business person. I don't know how this works, but who knows? You know what I'm saying? I know we know that Discord and PlayStation have an agreement, or at least they came to an agreement.
Yeah.
That involves Discord coming onto PlayStation, and it was exclusive at the time to PlayStation. The deal was supposed to be working with Xbox. I guess PlayStation allowed them to have a little more freedom, and they decided to go the PlayStation route, which I think PlayStation offering that freedom was the right choice. That's kind of what you want. However, I think Xbox would like a piece of that. Yeah. Now, what else goes on? Maybe there's more added on to that. I don't know what else you really add on to that, but you know, I just think that'd be a good way to start. I guess a good point to start. Now, I think Xbox does want more than that, and I've said this time and time again. We mentioned Project Spartacus, which is PlayStation's essentially. You know what's funny? And I'm going to go off a tangent a little bit here. I'll get back to my point here.
Tangent time with Liquid, yeah.
Because you got Project Spartacus, right? And I'm thinking, man, Spartacus. And I think of that name, and for some reason, Spartan, it just gives me a lot of Xbox vibes. I'm like, who's to say this wasn't a fucking Game Pass thing to begin with? Like a tie-in of some sort.
Wow, dude. With a tinfoil hat, dog.
But I don't think that's the case. But yeah, I just think Project Spartacus, I'm like, that's very, like, when we, like, what? If you think about the names, the code names that were existing for like PlayStation, they were very different. Like Spartacus is very different than, you know, the headset was a Project Neo, I think, or Morpheus.
Yeah.
Neo was the PS4, I think, is what it was, and then Trinity was, I forgot, the Vita, I think.
Oh, yeah,
it was like three things. Yeah, it was like Morpheus, very Matrix. And then even before that, they've had other names too. But I don't know, Spartacus. For some reason, I'm like, I expect that name more from Xbox than anybody.
Yeah, because Xbox, I think for the actual Xbox itself was like Scarlet or something like that. Like it was, Spartacus. You could tell is in direct, which is like. That's the only thing that I can honestly think that is hindering Xbox coming to Game Pass in a real way. Only
Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation. Or coming to PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
Because the only thing, and this is me fucking being a wild boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm being wild. What if they do a heads up like Spartacus, like hey, you get Game Pass. You get Halo, Gears of War, Forza, but we also get your stuff.
I was thinking that too. Yeah.
Like a heads up trade.
Just like a trade. Like, here's what we have. Here's what you have. And
because, it's going to PC. Their PlayStation is loosening up the grip.
Sure.
Just a smidge.
Oh yeah, we've seen essentially lights of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, the thing is, after this weekend, is it really that crazy to see whatever Project Spartacus on Xbox?
Yeah.
And I think the answer is no.
After this week, I think nothing's off the table. Like, it's so wild because you say after this weekend, is it too crazy? No, I don't think anything's crazy at this point. It could just add to more what you're saying.
Well, let's go on this tangent,
like,
baby.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're talking about how, let's, maybe we get some of your stuff, and yeah, maybe that is thing. Like, you figure God of War, it's on Steam now. And it's incredible on Steam. Holy crap, I played it, and it's wild. And then we've seen pictures of it on the Steam Deck. I'm like, that doesn't even look close to a PlayStation peripheral.
No.
But it or a PlayStation console, but it's running God of War on it, and that's damn cool. Like,
yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe PlayStation, they see the benefit of it being on PC. Maybe they're like, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe it's a benefit to put it on everything if we can. The problem with that, this is the only problem I have with that, or that I don't have it, but why I can't be fully on board, because then at that point I feel like that's the only thing PlayStation has to drive their consoles is their first party titles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Xbox has a subscription service. Like, technically, Xbox I don't think has to fall on any consoles anymore. Like, if they wanted to get out of the console market, they could. You know what I'm saying? And
they could, but they're not going to.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that, but they can. What I'm trying to say is they have something to fall back on. The subscription service.
For the first time ever in the video game market, Xbox is leading a pack.
Right.
They are the ones that came up with the subscription for gaming. Usually Xbox has been following trends. Like, they weren't the first one to console. They weren't the first one gaming online. Mm-hmm. Like, they're doing a lot. Usually they react. This is the first time ever in Microsoft/Xbox history, but since even Microsoft since obviously the 90s, but like where they are on the forefront of something new that is successful. They're the only ones who've built an infrastructure like this. Don't get me wrong, like, Xbox needs to build it on the PC side, which I think Battle.net is going to help a lot, because any PC person knows that if you want to play Xbox games, if you don't have to use their app, you kind of don't.
Right.
But that's going on. That's a little off topic there. I'm just saying that it is the main thing right now that, like, their first party stuff is kind of driving their consoles. But technically, remember, if they don't go day and date, which Phil Spencer did try them. They tried them a little bit. Then you're just talking about PS4 and before.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not, even if you hit the cut from PS3, then, like, that means your boy gets to play Metal Gear Solid 4 on the PS3.
So let me ask. So you're saying, like, everything from the PS4 prior, Xbox gets a cut of, not necessarily PS5. You're saying, is that what you're? Is that
yeah. Maybe not the PS5 games,
right,
but the PS4
I can
and
see
before.
That. Yeah, I can totally see that.
And the thing is, even with Game Pass being, like, on the PlayStation, PlayStation side doesn't see the profit. They don't see the profits like they would have, because they're not talking from a point of strength.
Right.
And it's one of these things, like, it's just the truth of the situation with right now, when this acquisition goes through, and it is going to go through.
Yeah,
anyone who's saying monopoly, like, no, I'm sorry, it's not a monopoly. PlayStation still makes more money per capita, but that's with Call of Duty.
Right.
I think the people are looking at the numbers. I'm like, yeah, but that money that you're counting is Call of Duty, and so it gets real nerdy. We don't need to get into it, and I don't need to pretend like I know. But it's just, honestly, and I feel like something that we talked about a little bit, the narrative, the way Xbox is being presented to the audience, I feel like is changing. Do you feel that way, or are we just in the bubble?
No. I do feel that way. You see, when I see Xbox now on stage, I get more of a PlayStation 4 vibe at that time. That's what I'm saying. Like, I see Phil Spencer, I get excited. But just the way I used to see Shuhei Yoshida, just the way I used to see, you know, like Andy House or even Sean Layden before he left. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? That was more in the downswing, like they started, like you start to see the decline. But yeah, the Shuhei Yoshida crew, like during like PlayStation 4, like at its peak. Absolutely, I used to jump for joy when these motherfuckers would jump on stage. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, oh, what are they gonna bless me with this time? You know what I'm saying? And now I feel the same thing with Xbox. I'm feeling that feeling with when I see them get on stage and stuff like that. I think it's cool. I think it's exactly what Xbox needed. Phil Spencer's the perfect fucker, and I've been saying it for a while. Like even before this acquisition, like, dude, I love Phil Spencer. I think he's the perfect guy. We were talking off camera. I do not want to see this guy in a suit. He should always be casual because he just looks like a person. Just like a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? And I love the way he could do it, bro. He could shit on PlayStation at this point if he wanted to, but he doesn't.
No,
he's just like, no, our friends at PlayStation. I'm like, PlayStation wouldn't even do shit.
No,
like that, even when
they didn't. They didn't.
Exactly. So yeah, no, I think Phil Spencer's great. Now, I wanted to ask here just a quick question. Quick. And then there's gonna be a pie in the sky that I want to throw out there for you.
Hell yeah!
Because we gotta have a pie.
I like pies and I like the sky, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. So, quick question: $70 billion. Do you think this is because of the whole Activision allegation, like all the issues, the court issues they're going through with the sexual harassment, all that stuff? Is this the cheapest you could have got Activision for? Like, was this the time to purchase?
Oh yeah.
How
about this? I bet if you look at stuff, it wasn't. I bet it was probably even more than 70 at one point, but then the allegations started happening.
I agree.
And then it started being like, you know, it's like how you buy a car. The paint's a little messed up here. There's a dent right here. We could get it for less.
Yeah.
And apparently some of the rumors is that Activision went looking for someone to purchase that.
Oh, interesting. They just want the dirt off their hands.
They just like they saw the blood in the water and like honestly like even financially, if it doesn't look the way, the narrative is being told that all Activision's gains were on the downward trajectory. All right, but not financially. But that was the word of mouth, and that's the first. That's a chink in the armor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
Because you look at like Overwatch. People looked at Overwatch 2. I'm like, that's not Overwatch 2. That's Overwatch 1.5. Like, and then you see the Diablo, and then like, oh, Diablo's coming out, and then it's like Diablo mobile app, and you're like, remember, like, yo, is this the guy infamous? Like, is this an old April Fool's joke?
Yeah.
Like, he said it to his face, like, what, you don't like phones, guys? Remember that?
You guys don't have phones?
You guys don't have, yes.
Oh, what a bitch. Dude.
And then World of Warcraft, this, like, the state that's in, because that's apparently...
I even had Call of Duty with Vanguard, the issues that it's running into. Bro, Call of Duty Mobile is doing so much cooler shit than Vanguard itself.
I heard that. I was watching Hex's streaming. He was talking about, like, yo,
they got dope shit. Like some of their star players are in the game. Like, you have, like, skins like ninjas to Fortnite.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Mobile has that. And people are like, wait, why is there not, like, a Scump skin for Call of Duty? Like, why can't I play
Wait, Scump is in the pro?
Yeah, it's in the pro. Like, why isn't he in Call of
Duty? Oh, I thought he would be the first. Him or Nate Shot.
You would think. No, in the mobile, it's like the mobile scene's completely different than the pro scene. The mobile, like, pro scene, like the popular people in pro.
Is Call of Duty Mobile good?
I don't know. I hear good things about it, but I'm not a mobile gamer because I don't believe in it. So.
Mobile gaming. I was playing some Pokemon Go as of recording. It was Bulbasaur Community Day. Just a re-up on it, dog. You gotta get some extra Bulbasaur candy, dog.
You keep your augmented reality.
Oh, I will. I'll keep it.
I'll have my virtual reality.
Look at the dust on that thing, boy. Look at the dust on that thing. Okay. Get out of here. Okay. And that's exactly what it's gonna be, a dusty mess with the PSVR 2 right there.
I can't wait for the VR 2 to come out. There might be a video on that too.
Oh.
Okay, last question. This is the pie in the sky thing, all right? I mentioned how Microsoft, it goes up to PlayStation and says, hey, what do you got? All right. And here's the thing. We hear a lot of talk online, and I know this is not going to happen, but this is why it's pie in the sky. It's cool if it did. All right. So we mentioned how cool it would be in another video, like I said, I'll put at the end of this video here, that Xbox brings back MLG. Right. Now, we're already seeing signs of it. The people who run the broadcast of Halo are they're MLG executives, old or ex MLG executives, and now they run what is called Esports Engine. We're finding out now after this acquisition that Esports Engine now will be running the broadcast, and they're bringing some cool ideas to Call of Duty now. So we know that's going to be happening. So we're like, dude, we mentioned how, hey, Halo, Call of Duty, remember we used to go to MLG, they were all in the same venue, just a big celebration of esports, right? Oof. You could see Gears of War over there, Madden over here, Call of Duty, Halo. What if Xbox is like, hey, you see that you guys got Evo PlayStation? What if we get a piece of that? What if they want to make the ultimate like MLG thing? How crazy! How cool!
Oh my God.
Would that be? What if Xbox like, yo, that's what we want. We want the Discord and we want Evo.
Oh
like we
my
want a piece of that. And we're like, yo, we'll break you off, PlayStation. We'll give you yours.
The thing
but
is,
let us host it. Give it. Let us put it in our shit. Like,
I think it would be a thing.
I think it'd be co as well. Like, I
but
think the
thing
logo,
is, it's not crazy because that is a goodwill thing. Like, that is like when it doesn't look like. To be fair, esports is still in a stage where it makes a lot of people money, right, but it takes a lot of money to do so.
Just to get a team in there, you're looking at in Call of Duty, it's 25 million just to get a team.
Oh my God! Anyway, just to let you know the money that's at play,
yeah,
for one team.
Right.
So you have that going on, and then it's just a goodwill for the fan and the fan base because Microsoft right now, it's like our friends at PlayStation, like you said before. This is a thing to extend the olive branch because the thing is, the console war is bullshit, but it's a real thing.
Yeah,
like people feel strongly. About their console.
It sells well. Like you sell the console war and shit like that. Like, I agree, Chris. It's bullshit.
Yeah, but
if somebody told me to pick something, of course I want to pick something. I'm going to pretend like, you know what I'm saying? If it's going to get me more views on YouTube, you're damn right I'm going to fucking pick something.
Yeah, dude, and you would pick Xbox like I would because it's the far superior console.
I wish I could like pull out my PlayStation 5.
No, you couldn't, dog. You don't work out enough.
Yeah, I got to go to the gym time to get that big motherfucker over here, dude. For those who don't, before we started recording, Chris saw my PS5. He's like, dude, I forget how big that thing is. Thing's huge, dude.
Yeah.
He wasn't talking about my pants, dude.
Wasn't it?
No.
Anyway.
But yeah, that's my pie in the sky thing. Like,
dude, that's not crazy.
How cool would that be?
Bro, because the thing is, the fighting game community brings hype. All right?
Hype.
So even
toxic but hype, I think. Dude.
The most toxic hype. All right? So you get the FGC there with... Man, you know what's crazy? Seeing the fighting game community being a bunch of savages, because that's what they are.
Yeah,
you guys, if you're watching, you're part of the FGC, you're a savage.
Yeah, you know who you are.
And you know what? You're probably like, oh, thank you for the compliment. Yeah. Right? And the thing about you have the buttoned up, the super try to be professional Call of Duties and Halos and the Overwatches with these teams, and then you got like... Bro, that would be such an insane... Bro, I'm going to say this right now, all right? This might be bold. If I was going to get COVID for something, that might be it, dog. Real time. I'm like, bro, I might get COVID just to be in the audience, dog.
Yeah, and then I think they even go to Nintendo, like, yo, let's get Smash Brothers in there involved as well. That's what you get from Nintendo.
Oh, now you're pie in the jar. Everything makes sense.
I'm just saying, well, because the beginning I said, what kind of an Xbox, what kind of deal did they work out for PlayStation and Nintendo? We kind of didn't talk about Nintendo.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about Nintendo a little bit. Let's talk about Nintendo.
So for the most part, I think they'll get it. I think they can get a Game Pass, or they will get a Game Pass. It'll be a cloud-based version. We saw they released Kingdom Hearts like 1 through 3. They're all cloud versions of the game, and I think the Game Pass will be no exception. They'll have cloud versions of it, and yeah, maybe Xbox does want something, and maybe their big MLG event that they ever have planned, if they ever do something like that, maybe they do try to get something.
I don't think Nintendo gives a crap.
No, they probably don't.
About their esports scene. I think they hate their esports.
Yeah, they'd rather have it not even have to do it.
Yeah, they rather like, no, it's a family game. Stop trying to make it competitive. Stop it. Anyway, I think if anyone were to get a Skeleton Bones type thing, it would be... I don't think we ever see Halo on Nintendo. Not because Microsoft doesn't want it. I don't think Nintendo wants such a shooter like that. They don't want a Call of Duty like they used to have Call of Duty on the Wii, right?
Wii, and I think Wii U had one, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think
they always sold terribly. They don't care.
Well, yeah, why would you ever want that?
Yeah, like you're probably a dad who who probably has a family, and you got the Wii for your kids.
And that's
and
all
then,
you got.
Like that's all you have, and you're just like. Luckily now, I guess dads may have Call of Duty Mobile. Maybe they go to that.
Yo, you're probably right. He's probably got the sickest phone. He's like, oh babe, I really need the sick phone. It's really for mobile. He's like, oh,
this is for Call of Duty COD Mobile.
Oh my god, bro, it makes me want to try COD Mobile just to see how it is. I kind of want to
try it too, but I don't believe in mobile games. But I might try it.
No, we'll make a video about it. It's content now.
Let us know if you want to see that video.
By the way, future me, thanks for writing that comment. Anyway, but like, no, like I think you see like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
I think we see Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, yeah.
I think we see.
The original's already on. Let's say they make a new one, maybe.
Yeah. You see, the Spyro. Did I say Spyro already?
No.
Spyro. You see,
essentially the family-friendly stuff.
The more entry level, maybe a Forza,
maybe Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah,
for sure.
Let's just like repackage it, throw it on there, make sure it's not too crazy. I think you see like a nice like. I always want to say like what is it like? Remember how they used to have like Nickelodeon Teen?
Oh,
but like you have like Xbox Teen where it's like it's edgy, but not like all the way
like
edgy.
Snick on Saturdays.
Yes, you have the Xbox Snick. Oh my god, bro! But they had Keenan and Kel though, so it was still fire.
They had Keenan and Kel. Oh, they had some cool stuff, man.
Bro,
I miss those times. Oh, dude, if I could go back,
bro,
take me back.
Anyway, but I think you see that, and I think it's of Nintendo's design. I do not see a world where Nintendo's like, hey, bro, give me that, like, yo, let me get that game where you can, like, chop someone in half or something. I don't think they want that. You say
that, but Nintendo has low-key been, like, bringing shit like that to their Switch.
How?
Like, there was I forgot what game is it that it's very Japanese, very, nudie, if you will. It's not full nude. But like I forget what game it is. It is very edgy and very
etchy.
Like, etchy, yes, very etchy.
Cool.
And you know, it's, again, very Japanese, very like something about where you gotta touch like these girls or something, like get like rub something. I don't know.
What game is it, Liquid?
I don't know the name.
But you don't know the name.
I don't know the name. I wish I knew. I'll follow up. But yeah, all I'm trying to say is that they have been changing it up a little bit, but I still for the most part I agree though. I think the same thing. I don't think it really goes down that way, the way I originally said it here. But Evo and MLG, maybe.
Bro, yeah, getting back to the Evo MLG. Oh my god, because think about like Evo cross MLG.
Yeah, could you, dude? How wild!
Oh my god, that would be insane.
That would just be like an extravaganza event, and then they can even like they could be like, yeah, this is their Xbox. You know how PlayStation had their PlayStation what was it? PlayStation Experience.
Oh yeah.
They have an Xbox Experience because the Xbox Experience last year was fucking terrible. We talked about it. I think we made a video on it. It was just a joke, but. Maybe they bounce back with something like this, dude. Who knows? Maybe not even call it MLG. Call it Xbox Esports or Xbox Presents Esports or I don't know, something weird. But I don't know.
Dude, you know what I just thought about? I'm like, what if when the deal closes, like you have a thing where they bring out like something super nerdy, like they bring out Scump. Oh, and he's just he's just him and talking about Call of Duty, and they're just like, it's just like they have that kind of vibe. Yeah. And it's just like, why is Scump talking to Phil Spencer right now? And he's like, yo, you could ask him, because with Phil Spencer, he's always like, I heard like kind of funny. They're like, hey, you can ask me whatever you want.
Yeah, he's
don't feel like you can't ask me something. Phil Spencer's so cool. So you know, if he got like a Scump or some Call of Duty, he's like, I'm gonna ask you the most sweaty ass question possible. Right. Yeah, because if Phil Spencer's been notorious like, I don't know, I'll get back to you.
He'll let you know. Sure.
And he does get, whether it's someone on his team. But like him, but like eventually, like he will always, and he'll never.
They're driving a good ship. They're driving a damn good ship over there. So.
Yeah, and it wasn't always that way.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I just thought about this back then. I said Call of Duty's gonna get their rise back to prominence someday. Remember when I said that last year in our predictions? I'm like, I want them to have what Halo Infinite's having right now. Even though it's not, Halo Infinite's not the perfect game by any stretch of the imagination. Right. But like, they were going to have this moment. Did I ever think it was going to happen under the Xbox umbrella? Not at all. But the thing is, just, okay, and I'm sorry to make this all about Call of Duty, but you kind of have to make it about Call of Duty. Overwatch has been on the downswing. World of Warcraft, Call of Duty is the only thing, like, the image is a little tarnished, but Call of Duty's so strong.
Yeah, and I'd argue like Final Fantasy is probably at this point more popular, I think, than World of Warcraft, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of people left World of Warcraft to even play Final Fantasy, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't hit us.
Yeah, if I'm wrong, just
No. You could be 100% right. World of Warcraft people.
Oh yeah.
Don't hurt us.
Yeah, please. I don't play either, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But Chris, we talked about Microsoft. We talked about what kind of deal we'd be looking at here. Any last words you have for the people back at home here?
I say, as a wise words I once heard from a Lonely Island song, anything is possible!
Anything is indeed possible when you're subscribed to the microtransaction. But that being said, I'm going to let you all per usual is love each other, take care, but above all else, just be cool. We'll see you next time. This has been a microtransaction.